All right, verses 8 through 11. Formerly, when you did not know God, you were slaves to those who by nature are not gods. But now that you know God, or rather are known by God, how is it that you are turning back to those weak and miserable principles? Do you wish to be enslaved by them all over again? You are observing special days and months and seasons and years. I fear for you that somehow I have wasted my efforts on you. What do you call anything that we worship other than God? What's the word we use for that? An idol. Yes, an idol. And according to Scripture, what is the spiritual force or dynamic behind idols? Satan. Yes, Satan. So that's why Paul says here that before we knew God, we were slaves to those who by nature are not gods. We were trusting in those things, remember, our own standards, our own rules, whatever we were thinking would get us there. We were trusting in those things rather than God. And who is behind that? Satan. Satan. Anything he can get you to put your faith and confidence in other than Jesus has a demonic dynamic to it. Well, Paul says here that we were enslaved. We were enslaved to these false beliefs, these false trusts, until we came to Christ. And he says, now, he says, the Galatians are wanting to go back and again putting their trust in something other than Jesus. They might not, as we've said, they might not be wanting to completely reject Christ, but I want to have Jesus, but what I'm being told and what I'm being convinced of is that Jesus alone isn't enough. So I need to kind of go back to this other stuff too and pull that in. And I think maybe if I hold on to Jesus and then I do this other stuff, maybe I'll get there. And that just robs Christ of who he is and all of his sufficiency.